And we are live. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back in to Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Final four action tonight. 2 games for you guys. First one coming up in around 14 minutes from now with tip-off, as we got Virginia taking place, the number 1 seed, the only number 1 seed in the tournament remaining, going up against the Auburn Tigers. So we got Hearn Kelly here in the chat. What is up? Hearn's from Alabama. I saw in the chat you asked me if I like Harry Potter. I haven't really caught on to Harry Potter that much. When I did go to Disney World, like 4 or 5 years ago, though, I did go on some of the Harry Potter rides. So that was pretty cool. Also, we got Ryan Clark in the chat. He's from Maine as well, joining me. So both of these people in the chat here watched the Celtics stream yesterday as the C's beat the Pacers, I think, by 20 points last night. They crushed them. As we are back on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube with Virginia against Auburn. We got ILL Eagle Alien. What is up, man? Back in the chat. Yes, Celtics looking pretty strong last night as well. Ryan Clark in the chat, Celtics fan as well. I think, yeah, Ryan, you're the one who said, I believe you're from Dayton, Maine. I think you're the one that said that. But yeah, Ryan's from Maine. If I got your town name correct, I believe it's Dayton, if so. But yeah, I was looking up where Dayton, Maine is, because I was curious. It's not too far from the New Hampshire line, because I actually have a summer home up in Ossipee, up in New Hampshire. So yeah, that's pretty close to the New Hampshire line, towards like Wakefield, Milton out there. So that's pretty cool. But let's see what we got. Midwest Sports from Wisconsin in the chat. As always, thank you so much, man, for joining me. We got Hearn watching with their friend Walter in the chat. I'll say hello to Walter as well. And Russell Johnson, will you be channeling Charles Barkley and foam at the mouth every time Auburn makes a 3-pointer? I think I'm all set with that. But yeah, Charles Barkley taking the Tigers, of course, his alma mater. Ryan Clark, right next to Biddleford is where Dayton, Maine is. Yep, I've heard of Biddleford. That's towards, yeah, Scarborough, Old Orchard Beach, in that area. It's kind of towards, if you go inland a little bit, I think there's Acton, Maine in that area, who's right next to Wakefield, New Hampshire. ILL Eagle Alien, born in New Bedford, Massachusetts. What is up? That is great. I live not too far from New Bedford, actually. I used to intern in Fairhaven, right down the road from New Bedford, but now I work in Somerset, Mass. Heard Kelly asking me who I'm cheering for in this one. I'm taking Virginia in this one as well. I'm taking Virginia in this game and Michigan State in the other one. So that is pretty cool with you guys right here. But we got the number 1 seed, the Virginia Cavaliers. They have a record of 33-3 overall, taking on the number 5 seed, the Cinderella team in the tournament, the Auburn Tigers. Auburn with a record of 30-9, but they're on a 12-game winning streak right now. So let's run down what happened in the tournament so far for both of these squads here. So Virginia in the first round, they were down by 14 against Gardner-Webb, the 16 seed, but they wouldn't let that happen to them again for the second straight year in a row, as they lost to UMBC in the first round last year, the first time that a 1 has ever lost to a 16, but they didn't let it happen this year. They beat Gardner-Webb 71-56. DeAndre Hunter had 23 points in that game. And then in the second round, Virginia beat Oklahoma, the 9 seed, 63-51. Mamadi Diakite had 14 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks in that game. They moved on to the Sweet 16, beat the 12 seed, the Oregon Ducks, 53-49. Only committed 8 turnovers in that game. In the last game, only 5 turnovers against the number 3 seed, Purdue, as that was a crazy game. Went into overtime as Kihei Clark made a pretty nice heads-up pass with 4 seconds remaining, put it into the hands of Diakite. Right side baseline jumper went down for Diakite at the horn, took the game into overtime. Virginia won it. So Ryan Clark in here, he says he's taking Virginia, but I like to see Auburn win as well. Yeah, man, that would be historic if Auburn won, a team that usually hasn't been like that great at basketball. Both of those programs, Auburn and Texas Tech, and here they are in the Final Four. Both of those teams usually more into the football programs instead of basketball. As Hearn Kelly is the same with that. ILL Eagle Alien says, let's go Auburn as well. So he's with Charles Barkley in this one. So that's the wrap for the Virginia Cavaliers. What both of these two teams are totally different from each other. Virginia, they are one of the slowest paced teams in all of college basketball, as they will try to control that tempo. They have the best defense in all college basketball. They have a very excellent defense. They're very excellent at guarding the three-point shot as well. They do not commit a lot of turnovers either. And for the Auburn Tigers, they're totally different. They don't play slow ball. They have a very fast-paced tempo. They love to force turnovers. They steal the ball. They're a top 10 team in steals this year in the nation. They also have the most points in the tournament. And also, they love to hit three-point shots in transition with these two key players, Bryce Brown and Jared Harper, combining for 50 out of the 77 points against Kentucky last week in the Elite Eight. So, yeah, it's awesome. So, Herm Kelly in here saying it's awesome to see the place you live win. Yeah, definitely. It depends on where you are, though, because it all basically depends. Ryan Clark, you're absolutely correct. That Maine is, yeah, they're all right with hockey and football, but they've never made the NCAA tournament with basketball. Yeah, man, I feel you about that. I think New Hampshire, UNH, I believe like the same thing. I'm not sure if UNH has ever made the tournament. I think Dartmouth College up in Hanover, New Hampshire, I think they've made the tournament, but it's been a long time. Like, it's probably been like 60, 70 years or something like that. But Hearn Kelly lives out in Birmingham, Alabama, so that's close to Auburn. Wow, that's great. I remember, I think it was like a decade ago where UAB was like a 9 seed in the tournament, and they pulled off an upset. And I think they advanced like a couple rounds in that tournament, like around like a decade ago or so, UAB. But yeah, that's crazy. But Ryan Clark, women's basketball team from Maine, has made it twice in a row as a 15 and almost beat a 2. Wow, that's pretty impressive there, because usually the women's basketball games, usually those games are more like blowouts. Like, you see the games where like a 1 versus 16, a 2 versus 15, and the score could be like 100-50 or something like that. So, wow, that's pretty interesting there that Maine kept it close against a 2 seed in a women's basketball tournament matchup. So right now we have around like 7 to 8 minutes before tip-off here. As we look to, let's see the key players for today's game for both of these teams. Kyle Guy for the Virginia Cavaliers. He has double-digit points in 31 games this season. And, of course, DeAndre Hunter. He wasn't on the tournament team last year where they lost to UMBC, but DeAndre Hunter, one of the best three-point shooters in the ACC conference, is back. He's healthy, and he has 32 games this season with double-digit points. We got Lionel Harris back in the chat. What is up? Thank you so much for joining me back here once again tonight for Final Four action. Stream number 1 out of 2 streams tonight. Auburn against Virginia up first. Michigan State going at it against Texas Tech in the late game. So, yeah, I'm just looking at the new Final Four court over here, what they're releasing with both of these teams. Oh, yeah, this court looks sweet. The road ends here, the Final Four, this whole court design. This looks great. So, Hearn Kelly says that, wow, so Hearn Kelly's dad went to UAB. Wow, that's great. I bet down in Alabama, too, I wonder, Hearn, if you're a big like NASCAR fan as well, because people in Alabama love NASCAR. I'm actually into NASCAR as well, but Talladega is one of my favorite tracks to watch NASCAR racing on TV, but people are huge into NASCAR down in the South. Yeah, I was guessing that. Yeah, everybody down there, like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, they're like huge NASCAR fans down there in the South. We have the closest racetrack to me would be New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That's about like 2.5 hours from where I am, because I'm from southeastern Mass, not too far from Providence, Rhode Island. Yep. Yeah. Ryan pointing out Maine has the racetrack called Beach Ridge in Scarborough. Yeah. I actually seen like pamphlets go out about that. I think they have like another track out there too. I think Beach Ridge Speedway. I think they have like another track out there in Maine. as well. But yeah, that's pretty cool. The closest track to me, it's only like 15 minutes away from me. It's the action track of the East. They call it Seekonk Speedway. So it's right on the border, basically. It's in Massachusetts, but it's basically like 5 minutes away from the East Providence line. But wow, that's awesome that you've been to Talladega. I've always like wanted to go to Talladega someday to see the races. Actually, I'm going on vacation next week. I'm going to the Poconos. So one of the things I'm doing is that I'm actually like going to take Pocono racetrack tour, like a free track tour at the Poconos. So it's my first time ever going to PA. So that should be pretty cool. Yeah, I bet. I bet that the Talladega racing is pretty fun. So here we are, guys. We're going to get ready here to action momentarily, about like 4 to 5 minutes away from tip-off. Make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play here on my channel. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. We got Kobe Siegman back in the chat. What is up, man? Thank you so much for joining me back here again. Should be a great game with both of these teams. Virginia going up against Auburn. Two total opposites here between each other. And we got Gerard as well, Michigan State fan in the chat. Michigan State in the building. Everybody throw your hands up. We're going to take this Texas Tech down, and then we're going to go to the national title game. Oh, yeah, I've got Michigan State going all the way as well, Gerard. I've got them now. I think Michigan State here, but we're going to see what happens. Texas Tech plays really, really well defensively, but if Cassius Winston can do what he's been doing this entire tournament, just taking control of these games, his veteran leadership, it's going to be Michigan State then, but we'll have to see how that goes. But here we are, guys. Looks like Virginia's starting lineups being introduced as they're going out to the court here. Kihei Clark, the point guard for this team, who had that fantastic pass to Diakite right before the horn. His name was just released on the court for the Cavaliers. Kyle Guy, his name has just been called here for Virginia. They're going over the starting lineup. Ty Jerome, he has 4 games this season with 10 or more assists for the Cavaliers. The leading scorer for Virginia averages just above 15 points per game this season. That is Kyle Guy. He also ranks second in the ACC in three-point range shooting the ball at 46% from behind the arc. They have 3 top 10 three-point shooters on this Virginia team. With that being said, Kyle Guy, second in the ACC. Ty Jerome up there. I think he's 4th in the ACC. And DeAndre Hunter is 7th in the ACC in three-point shooting. Tony Bennett's first ever Final Four here, as he's going up against Bruce Pearl. Should be a good game. One of the key things, though, Chuma Okeke tore his ACL in the Sweet 16 matchup against UNC. So we're going to see how Auburn does on the rebounding battle tonight. They've been struggling to rebound the ball this entire tournament. There are negative 30 total on the boards throughout this tournament, but Auburn's just done it so many different ways. 3-point transitions, 3 balls as well. We're going to see what happens in this one. So we're going to get to action here, guys, momentarily. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. Kobe Siegman saying, I know I told you already, but your videos are the best. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hearn Kelly agrees with that. You're right. Thank you so much. And Eagle Alien says, Auburn got lucky. They seen a Kentucky team. On a bad day, that looks slow. They look flat in OT. Yeah. We'll see. Kentucky kind of spiraled downwards in that overtime. Kentucky had a pretty big lead against Auburn in the last game, but Bryce Brown and Jared Harper, when they get hot shooting the ball, Auburn, this team can get dangerous when both of those players shoot the ball really well from the floor. Yeah, I feel bad for Chuma Okeke as well, as he'll be sitting on the sidelines in the wheelchair cheering on his team. Once again, he's the leading rebounder for Auburn. He was averaging just below 7 rebounds per game when he went down hurt. As the second leading rebounder in this Auburn team has around 2 less rebounds than Chuma, averaging 4.2 rebounds per game, is Austin Wiley, who will be filling in his position. We got Trenton Nguyen in the chat. What is up, man, Tristan? Thank you so much, man, for joining me back here. He's been on my channel since Selection Sunday with the Selection Sunday show. But here we are, guys, almost ready to get here to action. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play the basketball games. I'm looking forward to this game between both of these teams. So Kobe Siegman saying, who do you think will win and why? I'm saying Virginia in this one. I think Virginia will be able to dictate the tempo, slow down the ball in this one. They also don't commit too many turnovers at all. And I think Tony Bennett and his squad is determined in this game. I think they have something to prove. They have a chip on their shoulder last season when they got eliminated in the first round. The first ever team as a 1 seed to get eliminated against a 6 team. But here we are, guys. We just got under action with a tip, and the tip went out of bounds. So Auburn will get the ball here in the inbound. So the Tigers have it first in the dark blue jerseys, orange lettering. They have it left wing perimeter with Bryce Brown. Puts it into the hands of Jared Harper. Harper dribbling right wing perimeter back to the top of the key here to Anthony McLemore. Back to the hands of Jared Harper. Harper dribbling now towards the top of the key with 6 on the shot clock. Gets bumped into. Ball almost stolen, but Auburn retains at 2 on the shot clock. They got to force something up. And they forget about the shot clock as they pass the ball with 1 second to the left wing. And it's a turnover to start for the Tigers. So not a great start at all for Auburn in this game. So Virginia gets the ball back here in the inbound. We have 19:20 left to go in the first. They take it past the timeline here with Kihei Clark. Clark passes right wing perimeter to Kyle Guy into the hands of Clark. Passes left wing perimeter, Ty Jerome. 19:10 left to go. 0-0 the score. Virginia with the ball. They pass it left elbow, deep 2. No good by Virginia. Rebounded by Malik Dunbar of Auburn. So just got through the first minute of this game, and it's tied up at 0. Just updated you guys with a score here in the chat. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. Auburn with the ball, top of the key 3. No good by Jared Harper. Rebounded by Kyle Guy of Virginia. 18:40 left to go. Virginia takes it past the timeline. They have it at the top of the key with Ty Jerome. Jerome passes right wing perimeter to Clark. Kihei Clark passes top of the key to Jerome. Jerome, lob pass over the top, underneath the basket. Diakite finishes and banks it home. The first 2 points on the board right there for the Cavaliers, as they are up 2-0 right now with 18:15 left to go in the first. Virginia with a 2-0 lead. Jumper from the outside, no good by Auburn. Rebounded by Virginia. So we have 18:05 left to go in the first. Virginia now with a lead. Yeah, doing pretty well so far. Almost at 10 likes. This is like the fastest so far. Jumper at the free throw circle. We got a foul called on the play with 17:59 left to go in the first. Looks like my girlfriend's back in the chat here. Say hello. That's my girlfriend right there. Her name's Cherie. So if you guys haven't met her, feel free to say hello. Did have a whistle on the play. Looks like Virginia's at the free throw line, and with the first one with 17:59 left to go in the first. First one, no good right there by Ty Jerome. I got a second opportunity. We got Cushman Baseball Chat back in the chat. What is up, man? Thank you so much for joining me. So he missed the first one. Second one, good from the line. 3-0 Virginia. 17:50 left to go. Auburn with the ball. They have it top of the key with Pierre Foy. Passes left wing to Bryce Brown. And now he passes right wing perimeter. Harper outside, and that was an air ball 3 offensive rebound. Put back up and in by Purifoy right there. 3-2 to score. So 1 point lead by Virginia. Going to update you guys here with a chat. 3-2, 17:25 left to go in the first quarter. Virginia with the ball as they have it. Nice pass. Nobody forgot to cover in the backdoor cut. Banks it home off the backboard right there for Kihei Clark. Hey, thank you so much, Cushman Baseball Chat. I appreciate that. I've seen some of your streams too. He calls play-by-play of baseball, so check him out, Cushman Baseball Chat. He does a fantastic job as well. Yankee fan over there as we get back to action. Auburn dribbling. They're down by 3. They make their way in the lane as that's Harper. Feeds that one in. Oh, slam jam over the top by McLemore right there. And he sends that home. Yeah, Ryan Clark in the chat. He's from Maine. He's a Red Sox fan. I'm a Sox fan as well, but we got a lot of good sports channels here in the community as YouTube, as this is awesome. Right elbow jumper, no good by Virginia, rebounded by Auburn. 5-4 score, 16:25 left to go in the first, and Auburn try to dribble inside. They lose control of the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. So I'm going to update you guys here with a score in the chat. So Auburn right now with turnovers. They try to dribble that one inside. Yeah, Red Sox not looking so hot at all. 2-7 right now. Who do you think will go to the NBA Finals? Interesting. Probably Golden State against either the Celtics or Toronto. We'll see if the Celtics can turn on the switch and if they can get into that second round and beat the Raptors. But here we are, guys, back to action. 5-4 to score, 16-10 left to go in the first. Right wing three from the outside. Knocks it down right there by Kyle Guy as he delivers. Yeah, Milwaukee as well could possibly come through. They look really strong. To 8-4 Virginia with a 4-point lead. 15:55 left to go in the first. Left wing three by Auburn. They knock it down, trading off 3-point shots right now. 8-7 so far as that shot went down for Bryce Brown. We have 15:40 left to go in the first. Virginia with the ball. They take it past the top of the key here with Kyle Guy. He passes right wing perimeter to Jerome. Jerome passes left wing Guy with the ball. Step back three from the outside. No good by Kyle Guy. Rebounded by Auburn. So Auburn now with the ball. They pass it around the perimeter. They set it up with Jared Harper. Yeah, there's a couple of NBA teams in there that could make a splash in the Eastern Conference and end up in the NBA Finals. Left corner three by Auburn. No good. Rattled out by Bryce Brown, and Virginia gets the rebound. 8-7 the score. Virginia up by 1. 15 minutes left to go in the first. As the Cavaliers have it at the edge of that Final Four logo with Kihei Clark puts that ball into the hands of Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy passes to Jerome. Jumper to right elbow. No good. Hits the top of the iron. Rebounded by Bryce Brown. Auburn with the ball now. The Tigers in transition. Deep three. Right wing. No good. Offensive rebound, though, underneath the basket. And there was a knock out of bounds right there. Virginia tried to get the ball, but they knocked it out of bounds. So looks like we're going to our first TV timeout right now. Virginia up by 1. 8-7 so far in this one in Final Four action. When we do get back to action, we'll have 14:37 left to go in the first quarter remaining. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So, yeah, right now, guys, we're on a commercial break. So if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. I'll go into the box score, and we'll see who the leading scorers are in this one. But, yeah, the Eastern Conference right now, there's a couple of teams that look like they could go to the finals. It depends on who gets there, though. For sure, we'll see if Philly can get there. The C's, whoever gets into that, whoever gets hot and goes into the finals. Basically, the Pacers have been struggling. I think they've won 3 out of the last 11 games or so, but I think, yeah, Milwaukee, Toronto, Philly, and Boston, between those 4 teams right now. But Kobe's saying there's a rumor that Kyrie will be traded or quit the Celtics. Yeah, I heard that too. I was tuning into the Sports Hub for like the past few weeks, and they were talking about that rumor as well. Hearn Kelly, cannot wait until your channel blows up, and I can say I'm an OG. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, I cannot wait as well. Cushman Baseball Chat. The thing with Philly is that all their starting 5 needs to play, that they have such an important role, but if they all play, that'll be very good. Yeah, I agree with that. They could be dangerous with that whole starting 5 in there for the 76ers. That'd be crazy if LeBron actually went to the C's. That would be insane. But here we are, guys, right now with Virginia and Auburn. Currently on a commercial break. 3 points by Bryce Brown to Auburn, leading the way so far in this game. And looks like the leading scorer for Virginia is also Kyle Guy with 3 points. So Hearn Kelly asking me, do you have another channel? Right now, this is my only channel that I'm doing basketball. I'm thinking about doing play-by-play, though, for the NFL. So if I do play-by-play for the NFL, I'll let you guys know when I create that channel, probably like late August or so. Charles Barkley falling out of his chair for every three-pointer. That's a classic. Right now, Auburn's only hit one three-point shot in this game. They're 1 for 5 from the outside. Virginia shooting the ball 1 for 2 from three-point range. Graydon in the chat. What is up, man? Yeah, 12 likes already in 25 minutes. This is pretty sweet. And 13, which is awesome. Hey, thank you so much, guys. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. So actually, Auburn has been like a minus 30 on the boards so far. But right now, they're in control of the rebounding game. They're up on the rebound 6-3 so far in this one. So Auburn is winning the rebounding battle at this point. Hearn Kelly's birthday is in August. Yeah, that's when the NFL preseason starts. So August. So if I do decide to do an NFL channel, I'll post over here with like a news update, probably towards like August or so. Let you guys know if I do decide to do that. I'll create a new channel for the NFL. So Ill Eagle Alien, keep the same channel, boost your versatility, diversify your portfolio, son. Oh yeah, definitely gonna do that. Definitely about diversifying in here. Ryan Clark's birthday was in March, so St. Patrick's birthday, basically, for Ryan Clark. As we're back to action here. My birthday's in October, by the way. Auburn with an inbound. They have it at the free throw circle. They pass it back outside here at the top of the key. This is Jared Harper with the ball. Harper passes top of the key with it. That is Samir Dowdy. He passes it, and Auburn going inside and lay it up into the bucket right there by Dowdy. And Auburn takes the lead 9-8. So Auburn with the lead right now. We have 14-10 left to go in the first. Virginia with the ball. Oh, let's see. It was tipped away. Tipped away by Auburn. Ball went into the backcourt, but we have 14:05 left to go. Whistle on the play. Auburn almost tried to get the steal here. Yeah, there was a foul committed by Auburn, though, trying to battle for that ball. They almost stole it away off the hands of DeAndre Hunter, but couldn't get there. It was number 0, Horace Spencer, who tried to go for the steal. So Virginia will get the inbound. 14:05 left to go. 9-8 to score. Auburn is up by 1. So here we are back to action. As Virginia has the ball, they take it past the timeline. Kihei Clark passes right wing, three-point perimeter to Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy with 13:50 left to go, dribbles towards the top of the key. Guy passes right wing perimeter here with Kihei Clark. Feeds it inside and banks it home into the basket right there by Ty Jerome. 10-9, Virginia up by 1. 13:35 left to go in the first. Auburn now with the ball. They pass it, right wing perimeter. They try to make their move inside, and a foul committed with 13.5 left to go. And it looks like Auburn will shoot 2 at the free throw line. The 1-point game right now, Virginia with a 1-point lead with 13:30 left to go. Here's Auburn, though, at the free throw line. And they hit the first one down. We are tied up at 10 here. So Ryan Clark's birthday is on Kobe Siegman's birthday. Both of you guys in the chat colors are green. Is February 28th. Ryan Clark's March birthday. Kobe's is February 28th. Yeah, I hear you. That would be terrible if it was the 29th. Yeah, you got the leap year day in there. Classic. 11-10. Auburn hit both of the shots at the free throw line. Oh, that is awesome. March 14th. 14 is my lucky number, by the way. I've always liked 14. That's when I graduated high school, was the class of 2014. But when I was growing up playing baseball, doing like All-Stars and Little League, I always took number 14. Here we are, back to action. Virginia with the ball. They have it right wing perimeter. The score is Auburn 11, Virginia 10. Right wing here with Kihei Clark. Passes it out to DeAndre Hunter. Baseline right side jumper, no good. Rebound by Auburn. And a rebounding foul committed by Jack Salt of Virginia. So I believe that's Virginia's second team foul now, as the score is 11-10 here. It was number 10 for Auburn who got the rebound, Samir Dowdy. We have 12:59 left to go. 2 fouls committed by Jack Salt of Virginia. He has both of the team fouls so far in this one for the Cavaliers. 11-10 the score. Auburn with the ball at the right elbow, trying to back their way inside a low post. They put it back outside right wing perimeter here for the Tigers, dribbling right side baseline. Puts it back outside, and now they feed it inside. Jumper in the key by Auburn. Knocks it down right there, and the Tigers have a 3-point lead, guys. 13-10 with 12.5 left to go before halftime. Kihei Clark with the ball. Passes it past the timeline here. That goes into the hands of Kyle Guy. They pass it left wing of the 3-point perimeter. And that's back to Clark, who goes into the hands of DeAndre Hunter. He puts it into the hands of Kyle Guy. Dribbles towards the top of the key here. 12-10 left to go in the first passes. Right wing here. Takes the step back. Right side baseline. Jumper no good by Clark, but it's an offensive rebound. Tip back into the hands of Kyle Guy. Puts it back right wing perimeter to Clark. Lob pass over the top to Diakite. Diakite backing his way inside a low post. Spin move for Virginia. Diakite no good. Right side baseline jumper. It rattled out. Rebounded by Auburn. Auburn with the ball. They pass it left wing 3 from the outside. No good on the pull-up jumper. Rebounded by Virginia. 11:40 left to go before halftime. Auburn with a 13-10 lead. Virginia with the ball. They take it past the left side of the timeline. Now they try to dribble inside. They try to go behind the defense. And what a block right there from behind by Auburn. Kihei Clark was stuffed in between. Auburn tried to speed the tempo. They were stripped in the lane. Virginia with a steal. 2-on-1 fast break. Lays it up and in. Banks it off the glass by Kyle Guy. Got some back and forth action here that I had to pay close attention to right there on the defensive end. A couple of big blocks on the last few possessions here. 11:05 left to go, and it looks like we do have a turnover on the play. 13-12 the scores. We head to another TV timeout. Right now, Auburn up by 1, 13-12, but Virginia closing in, cutting that Auburn lead to 1 off the steal with a fast break, laying it up and in, banking it home off the backboard by Kyle Guy. So we have 11:05 left to go. I've actually never broken any part of my body before, which is interesting. But yeah, ouch, with all that stuff that you've broken. Yikes. That's not good. So Graydon asking me, do you know why Jack Salt hasn't been starting recently? I actually do not. But yeah, he already has 2 fouls. 2 fouls right now, but Diakite has been much stronger in these tournament games. He hit that buzzer beater to send Virginia into overtime against Purdue, but Diakite they've turned to instead of Jack Salt right now, which Jack Salt is a tad taller than Diakite. He's an inch taller, but looks like for the leading rebounder of the team and the leading scorer as far as like a matchup between Diakite and Jack Salt, that would go to Diakite, as Diakite is averaging around 7.5 points per game this season, while Jack Salt's been struggling shooting the ball from the floor, averaging just below 4 points per game. So they've gone to Diakite now, starting these games instead of Jack Salt. But here we are in another commercial break. 1-point lead by Auburn. Ryan Clark, 1 more week until spring break. Wow, that is great. Yeah, that is great. I'm going away for vacation a couple of days because my whole family, they work inside the school district or so. So I took off some of my vacation days off work to go away on vacation next week. So it should be fun. But yeah, I always look forward to spring break when I was back in high school or back in college or so. Great time to play ball on spring break. Yeah, usually New England has their spring break because we usually start school a lot like later than most of the schools. I think like down south. Yep, yeah, my girlfriend as well, Sharice. She works at a after school program, so she's on spring break as well. So Ryan Clark asking me what I do for a job besides this. I actually work at a radio station as a production director. So I put together all the commercials and all the audio stuff for a local radio station like 15, 20 minutes away from me on the South Coast in Massachusetts. So that's what I do. I do like a bunch of commercial audio stuff for the radio station, editing commercials, doing voiceovers, putting together music bumpers, show intros, show outros. It's pretty cool stuff. It's an awesome job, that's for sure. I put together like all the sports bumpers for like the Red Sox, the Patriots, because we're actually an affiliate with a couple of the Boston stations. Ooh, as we get back to action here, and Virginia didn't even inbound to pass the ball, and two players right there just tumbled right on the court right next to each other. Oh, Hearn, you'll absolutely love Massachusetts. If you go towards like the beach area or so, like Cape Cod is absolutely gorgeous in the summer. As here we are back to action. Auburn with the ball off the inbound. Jumper to Key. No good. Hit the top of the iron and rebounded by Virginia. Hearn Kelly going to Boston and Provincetown. Yes, those are two great places. Two great places, definitely. As Virginia driving inside and they bank it home off the glass with Ty Jerome. He got fouled as well, so he'll go to the free throw line to shoot the and one. And Provincetown is at the very tip of Cape Cod. So yeah, if you go, I think it's to Race Point Beach out in Provincetown. You can see the Boston skyline from the beach, and the Boston skyline's like over 30 miles away from Race Point in Provincetown. Cape Cod's absolutely great, as that shot at the free throw line was no good. Hit the top of the iron by Virginia. Auburn got the rebound, 14-13 right now. The traffic is absolutely crazy in Cape Cod, though, during the summer. So we have 10:35 left to go in the first. Auburn with the ball. They have a left wing perimeter, dribbling towards that top of the key here, and they take the three. Step back three, no good by Jared Harper. Rebounded by Virginia. 1 point lead by the Cavaliers with 10:20 left to go in the first. 10:20 is also my birthday as well, as I was born on October 20th, 1995. Jumper at the free throw circle goes down for Virginia right there. They extend their lead to three. 16-13, 10:05 left to go in the first. Auburn with the ball. They take it past the timeline here. As they have it at the top of the key, they pass it off to Jared Harper. Harper passes to Purifoy. Tried to take the three-point shot. No good. Diakite gets the rebound. 9:50 left to go in the first. Virginia up by three. They have the ball. They take it past the right side of the timeline with Kihei Clark. Clark dribbling top of the key. He passes it off left wing. 3-point perimeter here with DeAndre Hunter. Puts that ball into the hands of his teammate. Tried to take the left elbow jumper. No good. Rebounded by Auburn. 9:35 left to go in the first. Harper puts that ball into the hands of Samir Dowdy. Dowdy dribbling baseline right there. Huge block. Swatted away by Virginia. And that one goes out towards the baseline, out of bounds with 9.5 left to go. So that shot was completely demolished and blocked by Virginia. Auburn will get the inbound when we get back to action here with 9.5 left to go. Yeah, Cape Cod is so beautiful. My actual name, Hearn, is Sal. S-A-L. So that's my real name. As we're back to action here, Auburn at the left wing of the perimeter. They pass it back, and they're dribbling towards that Final Four logo. So this is DeAndre. Oh. That ball went on the bounce right there. That was number 12 for Auburn, was Javon McCormick, who tried to take the three-point shot. Hit the top of the iron, and it was tipped out of the bounds by Virginia with 9:10 left to go in the first. So the ball will go back to Auburn here in the inbound. They have 30 on the shot clock here. They put that ball right side baseline. They put it back outside. Top of the key three, Auburn. No good. Another missed shot from behind the arc. That's what Virginia does so well. They rank tied for first with the Houston Cougars in college basketball right now this season in best three-point shooting defense. They only give up around 28% shots from behind the arc to their fellow opponents. As Virginia has the ball, they're up by 3, 16-13 with 8:40 left to go in the first. They have it at the edge of the Final Four logo. And wow, what a shot right there. Runner in the lane, they knock it down 18-13. Ryan Clark, BTAB with Behind the Arc Basketball. Oh yeah, that'd be a great acronym to put together for the channel as well, or BAB if you forget the T. Yeah, either one could work. Big shot right there by Auburn as that goes down from the field. 18-13, trading off buckets. 8:05 left to go in the first. Virginia now with the ball. They have it top of the key here with Diakite. Diakite puts it at the right elbow. Back to Diakite. Takes the 3 ball from the top of the key. No good by Mamadi. Tip in. No good. Rebound by Auburn. Under 8 left to play before halftime. Auburn with the ball. McCormick in the lane. Going the distance and blowing by the Virginia defense to lay it up and in. We got ourselves a 1-point ball game here. 18 Virginia, 17 Auburn. We have 7:40 left to go before halftime. Virginia with the ball. Trying to dribble inside underneath the bucket. This is Kyle Guy. And wow, nice pass to Braxton Key. And he slams it down. 20-17. Virginia up by 3 with 7:20 left to go in the first. I have actually never been to Alabama, Hearn. I'd really be interested to go down there someday. My main goal someday would be to travel to all 50 U.S. states. That'd be pretty cool. Top of the key 3 by Auburn. It's an air ball, and it goes out of bounds. So Virginia will get the ball back with 7:03 left to go in the first. It looks like we're going to get a break into action right now. 3-point lead by Virginia, 20-17 at the moment as we go on another commercial break. We have 7:03 left to go in the first. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button if you're new to my channel as well. Subscribe as well. So Ryan Clark, he's only been to 4 states besides Maine. He's been to New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Florida. Hey, Ryan, you got to come down sometime. Come down to Rhode Island. I don't live too far from Rhode Island, only 20 minutes away from Providence. Cross that off your bucket list if you like. So come down to RI, not too far away from Massachusetts sometimes. Rhode Island's definitely a blast. Hearn, it's good if you go to the Gulf Shores. Wow, so yeah, I'll make a note of that. So the Gulf Shores area of Alabama is the place to go to. So Hearn's been to 15 states and is only 10. Wow. That is really cool. Ryan Clark, maybe I'll come watch the Paw Sox before they move. Yeah, you got this year and next year, and then they move out to Central Mass and Worcester. But yeah, there's some pretty good destinations out in Rhode Island as well. Newport is one of them, right down on the coast of Rhode Island. Big tourist location over there. Although, like, they have the big 4th of July parade. Like, one of the oldest 4th of July parades in the U.S. happens every 4th of July in Bristol, Rhode Island, and that's an absolute blast. What other places? Narragansett in Rhode Island. They have a beautiful beach out in Narragansett. I've never been to Old Orchard Beach or the Scarborough Beach out in Maine. That would be pretty cool someday to go there. Ryan Clark asking me, how's Hartford? Have you been there? I actually went to Hartford once. It was 2 years ago I went to Hartford. It was for my girlfriend. She had a film festival out there at Trinity College. My girlfriend, she makes films, and she also does screenwriting and stuff like that. She produces films and then she releases them out to film festivals and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But her film got selected as a top 25 film at a film festival out in Hartford 2 years ago. So I went there to see our film festival. So that was pretty cool. As Ryan Clark says, Old Orchard Beach is the best beach in Maine. Yeah, I gotta go there someday. I've never been to Old Orchard Beach. I want to go there someday. Last year I went to Hampton Beach up in New Hampshire. That is a really nice beach at Hampton Beach in New Hampshire. Also, not the Scarborough Beach in Maine. I've never been there, but there's a beach in Rhode Island. It's in Narragansett. It's called Scarborough Beach in Narragansett, Rhode Island, and that is absolutely beautiful as well. As here we are getting ready to go back to action. Virginia is up by 3, 20-17. We have 7:03 left to go in the first. And here we are, guys, getting ready to go back to action. Virginia with the ball off the inbounds. As the Cavaliers take it past the timeline here with Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy passes it off to the edge of that Final Four logo to Ty Jerome. Dribbles towards the right wing of the three-point perimeter. Feeds the ball inside underneath the basket to DeAndre Hunter. Stripped of the ball, but he gets the ball back and banks it home off the backboard. 22-17. Virginia's up by 5. Auburn now with the ball. They have it at the top of the key. We're under 6.5 left to go. Auburn, they take the right corner three. And it sinks it right in there as it rattled into the net. They got the three ball to go off the right corner. So that Virginia lead's been cut to 2 right now, 22-20. Virginia with the ball. They have a 2-point lead. 6:10 left to go before halftime. They have it top of the key. Kyle Guy. Dribbling with the ball, dribbling towards his right side of the three-point perimeter. Passes that one off right wing here with Ty Jerome. Takes the three, no good from the outside. Rebounded by Auburn. So rebounded underneath the basket there by Bryce Brown. They put that ball now into the hands of the Tigers. That is Javon McCormick who has it at the top of the key here. 5:45 left to go in the first. McCormick at the free throw circle. Passes that ball off to Purifoy. Purifoy trying to make a move inside. And looks like there was a foul committed by Virginia with 5:40 left to go in the first. So we'll see if that was a shooting foul, if he'll go to the line for 2. It'll be D'Angelo Purifoy. Yep, he'll be shooting 2 here at the free throw line. As that first shot goes down by Auburn. So it's a 1-point game at the moment, with 5:40 left to go in the first. So Hearn's asking me if you could see me. It depends when. I'm usually busy in the summer. I usually go up to New Hampshire a lot on the weekends in the summer because we have a place that we have a summer home up towards like Lake Winnipesaukee or so. So we go up there for the summer sometimes on the weekends. We got a 22 even game with 5:40 left to go in the first. And also I'm kind of away towards Boston and Cape Cod. I'm like an hour and a half from like the Mid Cape or so. I'm towards like Providence or so. So I'm like right near the Rhode Island border in southeastern Masses. That was a turnover right there by Virginia, so the ball will go back to Auburn. We have 5:28 left to go in the first. And Auburn will get the ball here. So Auburn takes it past the timeline with Jared Harper. They pass it left wing, three-point perimeter to Bryce Brown. He slipped over his own teammate, but they somehow got the ball back. Nice fake right there, but a huge denial inside by Diakite with a huge block. Virginia now with the ball, dribbling at the key. They pass it left side baseline. It's tied up at 22. 5:05 left to go. Virginia has the ball. So that's interesting. So your TV is behind right now. We have 5 minutes even left to go before halftime. Diakite with the ball for Virginia. And they have it at the top of the key here with Ty Jerome. Jerome dribbling with 4:45 left to go in the first. Midwest Sports is the man. He's also streaming the game as well. Shot clock violation by the Cavaliers, so the ball will go back to Auburn. Midwest Sports streaming the game as well. Check him out if you guys would like. Sometimes he takes some of my play-by-play stuff and he types in his own stuff into the games. He's a pretty cool dude. Check him out on his channel as well, Midwest Sports 3. So he's out in Wisconsin. As we're back to action here, Auburn dribbling at the left wing of that three-point perimeter. As this is Jared Harper with the ball, dribbles back towards the edge of the Final Four logo. Harper with it, 5 on the shot clock. Just had a shot clock violation by Virginia. Auburn trying to go in the lane, and wow, they lay it up and in, and they take the lead right back. 24-22. Tigers up by 2. What a game right here between both of these teams as Auburn has the lead. We have around 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Virginia with the ball. Right wing three-point perimeter with Ty Jerome. Jerome passes it into the hands of Kihei Clark. Clark dribbling at the right wing, and that's a catch and shoot by Jerome from the outside. No good. Offensive rebound by Hunter. Puts it into the hands of Jerome. Open three, sinks it down. by Ty Jerome. Virginia takes the lead right back. 25-24. We have 3.5 left to go before halftime in a 1-point game here. Auburn with the ball. Trying to go in the lane is Samir Dowdy. No good on the layup. Too strong off the glass. Offensive rebound. They put it back outside. Jared Harper with the ball, dribbling back towards that edge of the Final Four logo. We have 3:15 left to go in the first. Auburn has the ball. They are down by 1. They're only shooting 2 for 12 right now from three-point range, which is very strange because they're actually a pretty good three-point shooting team. But Virginia has one of the best three-point opponent defenses, preventing the three balls. Auburn banks that shot home right there in the key, and they hit it home to take the lead right back, 26-25 with 2:45 left to go before halftime. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is awesome. We actually didn't have Chick-fil-A for a long time, but finally we got one towards my area, so that is great. So we had our first ever Chick-fil-A that came around a year ago. 3-point shot from the outside, no good by Virginia, rebounded by Auburn. They have it at the top of the key here for the Tigers. They pass it back outside. Samir Dowdy at the free throw circle passes that one back outside to Jared Harper. 2:15 left to go in the first. 1-point lead by the Tigers of Auburn. And Jared Harper with the ball now with 10 on the shot clock. 2:10 on the game clock. Harper passes, top of the key. Dowdy trying to make his move in the lane. Floats up the shot. No good. He was blocked right there by DeAndre Hunter. Virginia gets the ball. So Virginia now with the ball. They take it past the timeline. They put that ball into the hands of Ty Jerome. Jerome puts that ball into the hands of Kyle Guy. Now into the hands of Diakite. Diakite passes it off to the top of the key. Ball almost stolen, but DeAndre Hunter gets it back. 1:40 left to go before halftime. Hunter at the free throw circle. Passes. Left wing three from the outside. No good by Virginia. Rebounded by Auburn. Yeah, that was a really nice block that Virginia had. But Auburn going the distance, laying it up and in, and they have the 3-point lead. 28-25 in courtesy of Jared Harper with 1:20 left to go in the first. Auburn right now, the Cinderella of this tournament, coming to play. There's never been a number 5 seed that's ever won the national title. Can Auburn make it the first? They have a 3-point lead against Virginia. Virginia shot in the key. They floated it up. No good. It was an air ball to get the offensive rebound. 3 ball from the outside. They dribble back with it. They hit it down. We are tied up at 28. This game is too good to watch right now. We are under 50 seconds left to go before halftime. 28 even. Right now, Auburn with the ball. They take it past the timeline. They pass a right wing three from the outside. Oh, trading 3-point shots. Auburn with a huge 3-point shot from the outside. They take the lead back. 31-28. 30 seconds left to go before halftime. Let's see if Virginia can tie this thing up. 20 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 26 on the game clock. Kihei Clark with the ball, dribbling at the edge of the Final Four logo. Ryan Clark saying Charles Barkley's fallen out of his seat. Yep, with these past 3-point shots, definitely. Top of the key three, no good from the outside by DeAndre Hunter. Rebounded by Auburn. 5 seconds left to go before halftime. Auburn with the final chance of the last shot. Deep three. Oh, it's blocked by Virginia. They try to put up another desperation one off the block, but it was no good. Hit the bottom right part of the backboard. And here we are, guys. We are at halftime, and the Auburn Tigers with the lead, 31-28. So we'll go over what happened with the team stats since we are at half. Auburn with the lead right now. We'll also look at the box score at the leading players in this one. So Hearn Kelly asking me if we have a Shake Shack over here. Yeah, I'm with you, Ryan. No, sadly, with that as well. We do not have a Shake Shack that I know of around in my area. Maine's just like a really interesting state though. They have some really nice places along the seacoast, but yep, it's all about lobster basically. I went someplace. It was a Memorial Day weekend. I think it was called Lobster in the Rough. It's in Wells, Maine, I believe. It's either in Wells or Ogunquit over there. But Yeah, I went to Lobster in the Rough last Memorial Day, and yeah, that's pretty good stuff. It's basically all about lobster in Maine. And then over towards this area, it's basically about seafood as well. Where I'm from in Massachusetts, it's about like all types of seafood, clam bakes, clam chowder. Out towards Rhode Island, it's basically about stuffed quahogs and RI. So yeah, it's awesome growing up on a coastal town. But right now we're at halftime, 31-28 Auburn with a 3-point lead at halftime. Looking at some of these stats here, Auburn has attempted 14 3-point shots in that first half. They've converted on 3 of them so far. Virginia 3 for 9 from the outside. The rebounding edge, actually, it's going to Auburn in this one. They've been out rebounded in every single one of their games they've played in this tournament. But right now, Auburn has the rebounding edge, 20-14 on the rebounding game. Looking at some of these team stats here, Virginia does have, yeah, they do have 4 blocks as well. Some of those blocks have been absolutely nasty as Auburn's just tried to take it inside, and there's been some huge swats in the lane by Virginia. So Ryan Clark's never been more than an hour or two north in Maine. So yeah, I'm guessing you've probably never been past Bangor or so. I went up to Bangor back in 2013 for a college tour to visit. It was called the New England School of Communications up in Bangor. I almost committed there, but I decided to commute to college, and I went to Curry College, just like it's right south of Boston. It's like 7 minutes south of Boston. But yeah, I've only gone as far up to Maine as Bangor because I went on that college tour. But I have someone I have we have like people that we know that live like inland in Maine, like off Route 2 or so up in like Skohegan. I think they live in Madison, Maine, and it's basically all inland, and they get like a ton of snow up there. It's like way north. It's like basically lined up with Bangor, but it's like in the middle of that. But yeah, right now at halftime, Auburn with a lead. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe as well. And yeah, my girlfriend Sharice in the chat, me and her went to a Portland Sea Dogs game last August, which was an absolute blast. We stopped at some chocolate shop, which has Lenny the Moose at it. I guess it's like the largest chocolate mousse in all of Maine at this like chocolate store. So if you're ever in Maine, go check it out. And Ryan, if you haven't done so already, check out the chocolate mousse at this chocolate store. Yep, Len Libby's. Yep, that's the place. Len Libby's. Yep, largest chocolate mousse in Scarborough, Maine. It's fantastic. We went there before we stopped at the Sea Dogs. But yeah, that was definitely fantastic. Yeah, it's crazy just like the amount of snow that that you guys get up there, because once that snow system goes past like Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, like the whole precipitation just picks up, and then it just keeps on going, and then it goes east, and just it completely snows on all the other communities east of Lake Winnipesaukee. So they get like a ton of snow up towards that area. But let's see these leading scores right here in this game. So for Virginia, the leading scores look like this. Ty Jerome right now leading the way at halftime, 13 points, as he's the only player right now with double-digit points at this stage of the game. And then 5 points coming in. Kyle Guy second on the team in scoring. DeAndre Hunter with 4 points right now. And then Diakite, Kihei Clark, and Braxton Keyall with 2 points so far by the Cavaliers. For the Auburn Tigers right now, their leading scorer, there's 2 tied for the leading scorers on the team, and that's Anthony McLemore and Samir Dowdy. Both of those players with 7 points right now. So it's actually not Bryce Brown or Jared Harper. Bryce Brown has 3 points at the moment, and Jared Harper with 4. So Hearn wants to see my room right now. So yeah, this is basically my bedroom right here for you guys to see. It's really, really small. I live in a really small house, but yeah, that's basically my bed behind me. basically streaming off here, sitting in a chair, and I have this computer basically on a piano stand within my reach right now. It's on one of those piano stand chairs that you sit down to play the piano. But yeah, tons of stuffed animals basically up in the corner right there. I've had those for ages. But yeah, I'm shocked by this rebounding advantage at the moment that Auburn has. 20-14 on the rebounds here. Auburn a +6 on the boards at halftime against Virginia. I think 4 of the other games that Auburn's played in the tournament, they got out-rebounded. But it's been different so far in this one. Yeah, we have like a good amount of those TY Beanie Baby stuffed animals or so over here, which is really great. Trying to see what else is going on right now. I know the Red Sox play later tonight against the Diamondbacks. 8:10 p.m. start time in that one. I know there's like a bunch of baseball action that went down today. Twins beat the Phillies 6-2, so that one went final. Pirates beat the Reds 6-5. Reds have a 1-7 record at the moment. Mets beat the Nationals 6-5 today. It's a bunch of other games that went down. As it looks like the Angels beat the Rangers, so the Angels moved to 2-6 now. They beat the Rangers no, they're on top of the Rangers. That game hasn't finished, top of the 8, so they have a chance to get the W and move to 3-6, as they have the lead 5-1 in the top of the 8th inning. Mariners with a win against the White Sox, as the Mariners keep on rolling. 8-2 record, beat the White Sox today 9-2. 14 hits by Seattle in that game. So Hearn's asking me if I like soccer. I actually don't follow like a lot of soccer that much, because usually they're not really on TV where I'm watching or so. Soccer isn't really covered that much on television or so. So I'm not really that big into soccer, but from time to time, because sometimes when I'm hanging out with one of my friends, we like to play the FIFA video games together, and whenever we play FIFA against each other, I usually beat Team Mexico, and he's usually like another international country or so. But when we play FIFA, it's usually close, and most of the time it goes into like penalty shootouts towards the end, and it comes down to who can save the ball. So yeah, I love playing FIFA from time to time when I go over my buddy John's house. Oh, yeah, Ryan. The Seattle Mariners this season off to a great start right now. 9-2 record, putting together 14 hits today against the White Sox. They look really, really good at this moment. They won 9-2 today against Chicago. So Ryan asking me, do I play 2K or Madden or neither? Actually, I haven't really kept up with like a lot of the video game stuff, because I played like a lot of the video game stuff when I was young. Like when I was back in middle school, that was when the PS2 was getting big. So I got into like playing PS2. So I have like a good amount of video games from like all the retro games, like throwbacks from like the mid 2000s or so. But yeah, I have played Madden and 2K, like different versions of that, but I never upgraded to the PS3 or PS4. So the last version that I have is a PS2 at my house, because I never kept on upgrading, because I'm usually so busy, because other than streaming, I'm usually playing at work or so I don't really have much time to do video games out there, and I've grown older too. But that's what I used to do when I was growing up, like back in middle school. Sometimes from time to time, that was the big thing. Like the PS2 was basically big when I was in elementary school, middle school. Also the PlayStation Portable, I think that was like 2003, 2004. That was huge when I was a kid, like in the 4th grade or so. That was the big hit. But I think the last Madden game that I had for PS2, I think that was Madden 06. I think I got like all the games for like PS2, like most of the sports game up to like 2011, and then I stopped after that, because that's when they went to the PS3. but I have up to college football 2011. I have on the PS2. I used to do like when I was back in like the 6th and 7th grade, I used to do like a bunch of times. I used to be like Oregon in the dynasty modes, and I used to play as Oregon with that like fast-paced offense and play against other teams. Hey, no problem. Yeah, feel free to come back in 5 minutes or so because we're at halftime right now between both of these teams. 31-28 at the half. In the NBA right now, pretty interesting game going on with the Brooklyn Nets and Milwaukee Bucks as the Nets just pulled ahead. They had the lead for a moment, 115-113, but the Bucks just hit a basket in. So it's tied up between the Nets and the Bucks at 115 even with 7 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. So that's what's going on there as well. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as I call play-by-play of basketball action here. So I'm looking at some of the stats here. This is what's keeping Virginia to only like 28 points at this half. Auburn is converted on 6 offensive rebounds so far. Virginia with only 3. So Auburn dominating on the rebounding board right now. 6 offensive rebounds to 3 by Virginia at the moment. So Ryan Clark saying he has a pretty nice YouTube channel. If you like random things, you can subscribe. Hell yeah, man. I'll check that out. I'll hit that subscribe button for you. Check out your channel as well. Yeah, Charles Barkley, loving Auburn right now. He's got all the decorations set up for him. Out on, yep, he's got everything. Auburn flag, Auburn stuffed tiger out there, some portraits. The orange and blue pom-poms out there on the channel. But right now, we're currently at halftime, so we'll be going back to action here momentarily after this halftime break. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Yeah, interesting stat here. This player right here is tied for the leading scorer and also the leading rebounder for Auburn at the moment. That's Anthony McLemore, who's basically filling in for Chuma Okeke, as Anthony McLemore averages around 6.6 points per game and 3.8 rebounds per game, but is already past that average today right now as Anthony McLemore is 7 points at the moment and 6 rebounds at halftime. So good showing so far by McLemore. Auburn can start to get dangerous in the second half. If Bryce Brown and Jared Harper go off like they did against Kentucky, they can look dangerous once again in that second half. As these numbers right now, representing them at halftime, these look kind of alike to around the same ballpark of the estimate numbers that they had against Kentucky in that game at halftime. Jared Harper with only 4 points at the half. Bryce Brown with 3. Both of these players combined for 50 points out of the 77 against Kentucky. If both of these players get hot in the second half, watch out Virginia, because Auburn can do some damage with both of these players. But Virginia's been doing good. They've been able to prevent that 3 ball from dropping down for Auburn. That's been the strength all season long for the Tigers. They're 3 for 14 right now shooting from behind the arc. That's only good for 21% from 3-point range. So Virginia being a top 3-point perimeter defense, only allowing around 28% of the opponent shots converting from the outside. They've done an excellent job, and they've prevented Auburn from scoring big shots from behind the arc in transition. Let's look at the turnovers so far. Virginia, what they want to do is that they want to slow down the tempo in this game. Auburn will want to speed it up. And right now, where Auburn forced a bunch of turnovers in the last game to Kentucky. That's not happening to Virginia in this one. Virginia's only turned over the ball 3 times so far at halftime. Auburn with 4 turnovers. So not a whole lot of turnovers in this one. Not a whole lot of fouls either. 5 fouls committed by Auburn in the first half. 4 fouls committed by Virginia. As Virginia, they're tied for first right now in college basketball in fewest turnovers committed per game. They're also the #1 defensive team in all college basketball, only allowing opponents to an average of 55.4 points per game. Auburn, right now at 31 points at the half, is due just a tad over that at the moment. But we'll see what happens in the second half between both of these teams. But the key statistic here for Virginia, there's been some key blocks in this game. Virginia has 4 big blocks, big swats on the defensive end that the Cavaliers have taken care of in this one. Looks like Tom Izzo arriving to Minneapolis off his team's bus right now. So Michigan State getting ready for that matchup in the next one against Texas Tech. I'll have that stream for you guys as well. Final 4 action between the Red Raiders and the Spartans. It will tip off around 8:50 or so. So I'll have that for you guys. And actually, the Brooklyn Nets have the lead against the Milwaukee Bucks at the moment. 5:20 left to go in the 4th quarter. And yeah, the Brooklyn Nets are up 120 to 119. Actually, Milwaukee just tied it with a free throw at the line. It's 120 even. As Kobe Sigmund says, interesting game. Yeah. Auburn right now up by 3 at halftime in this one. So, yeah, that's interesting game played between both of these teams so far. Interesting what I'm updating you guys about. Milwaukee just took the lead against the Brooklyn Nets, 121 to 120. If you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, I'm going to look at this NBA standings here. I'm going to pop this up and see what we got. But Brooklyn has a record of 39-40 right now overall in the NBA season. Let's see what that goes for. So right now they're 7th in the Eastern Conference. If they lose that game, they would drop to 39-41, which would be a half a game above the Miami Heat. So they would drop to 8th place, fall behind Detroit if the Nets can't pull this one off against Milwaukee. Huge game between both of these teams. 4:40 left to go in the 4th quarter. Milwaukee with a 121-120 lead. So I'll update you guys on that game as we go along. But hopefully we'll get back here as soon as we do with Auburn against Virginia. As we're at halftime here. Yeah, graded wants Virginia because of redemption. Yeah, I feel like they're playing with a chip on their shoulder, like something to prove for Virginia. I think that after Virginia lost to UMBC last year, I don't think that anybody like sulked about it. Nobody complained about it. Basically, for Virginia, what Tony Bennett did was take it into his own hands, and what Tony Bennett did is try to prove the world wrong the following year. And this is what he's doing right now. They just have to keep this up and get to the national title game. It will be just an incredible story to be knocked out as a 1 seed a year ago and then a year later coming back, redeeming themselves and taking the title. That would be crazy. But I feel like Tony Bennett has something that he needs to prove out there for everybody. And it looked like in that first round game, like it almost happened again. They were down by 14 points against Gardner-Webb early in that game, and I think they cut the lead. I think it was 36-30 at halftime in that first round game. But Kobe asking me, who do you think will go to the finals? I'm thinking Virginia will win this one, and Michigan State will win the next game. But I'm thinking Michigan State's going to take it all in the finals. I like that veteran leadership. Cassius Winston out there. For some reason, Cassius Winston on the NBA draft boards is around like number 85. Like he's mid-80s on the NBA draft boards. He's a junior in college, so I think that the NBA scouts might have seen him like they might think that he's basically grown to like his fullest potential by now. Basically, that's probably what the NBA draft scouts are like. Whereas like he outplayed Trey Jones in that game versus Duke by a long shot. Trey Jones only scored, I think, 4 points I think he played the full game, 4 points in 40 minutes played against Michigan State. But Cassius Winston had a crazy game against Duke. He's had crazy games all season long. Against Duke, Cassius Winston went off 20 points, 10 assists. And I think it's been since 2000 that Tom Izzo has won a national title. I think that this could be another national title here for the Spartans. They have some really big dudes on their team as well. Yeah, Ryan Clark pointing that out as well. Cam Reddish definitely had a disappointing year out there. There was so much hype about those three in there. 3 out of the top 5 NBA draft picks with Zion, RJ, and Cam Reddish. All this hype about the number 3 projected draft pick at one time was Cam Reddish. And then he was just like hit or miss basically throughout the entire season. He had those 2 big games against UNC, but then he had those 2 big games against UNC, but then there were like other games where he basically had trouble doing stuff. Like I think he scored single-digit points back in non-conference play when Duke played the Hartford Hawks. Duke played Hartford back in non-conference play, and Cam Reddish had single-digit points. And he played like the majority of that game. So there was just all this hype about Cam Reddish because of his size and how he could shoot the ball so well from the field. And from 3-point range, I think he shot the ball around like 32% on the season from 3-point range. So yeah, it was really disappointing. A lot of people, I've been listening to a couple of talk shows, and a lot of people have been saying that they think that Cam Reddish and Trey Jones should stay down with Duke and play another year with Duke and score some more points and work with Coach K on how to shoot the ball better and score some more points. So they're thinking about Cam Reddish possibly not going for the draft or so. We'll see what happens. But Kobe asking me, why do you like the Boston Celtics? The Boston Celtics are my local team over here. I live in Massachusetts, 50 minutes south of Boston. So that's my local team. Got to root for the local squad. I like all 4 Boston sports teams. Celtics, Patriots, Bruins, Red Sox as well. Out of all of them, if you had to rank them, though, I'd say that the Patriots are my number 1. Just because it's totally different. Like, since Boston is further away from me, it's not like crazy because I'm 50 minutes south of Boston. But I live even closer to Gillette Stadium, so that's what like makes me even like a bigger Patriots fan as well. I've been to Patriot Place so many times. I've been to that Patriot Place Hall Museum I think 4 or 5 times in my life. Really great place. A lot of good shops out there, like good places to eat. But here we are, getting ready to go back to action. I'm gonna type in the score here so everybody knows. Auburn was leading at halftime, 31-28. So here we are, getting ready for the second half here. As Hearn is back in the chat. Hey, thank you so much for joining me back here. So here we are, everyone, getting ready to go back to action. Virginia with the inbound, and they pass it inside. They feed it right side baseline, and they put it into the bucket to start things off there with DeAndre Hunter. 1-point game, Auburn with a lead, 31-30. As the Tigers take it past the timeline right now, we have 19:30 left to go in the second. Auburn now with the ball. They take the 3-point shot from the right wing. No good. Hit the top of the iron right there by Malik Dunbar. Rebounded by Virginia. Yeah, that's what basically... Yeah, I agree with you, Ryan. Basically, if it's a close game like this, we'll see double-digit numbers towards the end of this game as Virginia tried to go inside, and there was a foul committed by Auburn on the play with 19:07 left to go in the second. So it looks like Virginia should shoot 2 here at the free throw line. Hey, no problem. Yeah, feel free to join me for my next stream. Michigan State going at it against Texas Tech. Yeah, enjoy your dinner as well. I'll be back here streaming later on. So first shot at the free throw line, no good by DeAndre Hunter. Virginia at the free throw line. Second shot by DeAndre. That one missed as well. I think Virginia's 1 for 5 right now from the free throw line in this game. 19 minutes left to go. Auburn get the rebound. They get the ball past the timeline. They have it. They feed the ball inside. They push it back outside. Top of the key here of the three-point perimeter with Jared Harper. Dribbles back towards that Final Four logo. Harper passes right wing 3. They take it by Dunbar. No good. Hit the rim short. Rebounded by Virginia. 18:40 left to go in this one. Virginia with the ball. They take it past the timeline with Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy at the top of the key. Passes right wing perimeter here, and it goes back into the hands of DeAndre Hunter. Hunter, spin move in the key. Jumper. Knocks it down. Virginia has the lead. 32-31. So the Cavaliers are up by 1 at the moment. We have 18:15 left to go in this one. Auburn with the ball. Jared Harper, right wing perimeter. He passes left wing in that three-point perimeter. And now dribbling with it's Anthony McLemore. McLemore with 7, tied for the leading scorer right now. Puts that ball into the hands of Bryce Brown. Oh, what a block right there by Virginia as the Cavaliers get the ball back with 17:55 left to go. Huge block as Bryce Brown was trying to slam that one home, and he got denied from doing that. I think that's the 5th block of this game by the Cavaliers. Virginia up by 1. They have the ball at the top of the key. They take the 3 from the outside. No good by Ty Jerome. Rebounded by Auburn. Oh, what a steal. Virginia strips the ball in the lane. Keehee Clark lays it up and in. Wow. So Virginia right now with a 3-point lead. 34 Virginia, 31 Auburn. We have 17:15 left to go. So Kobe Sigmund asking me, what's my reaction to when Antonio Brown went to the Raiders? Yeah, really, really interesting. Now the Raiders just boosted up their chances as making like a run towards the playoffs. As that ball almost was stolen away again by Virginia, and that was a missed 3-point shot by Auburn. They get the offensive rebound, and Diakite went for the block. Think he got a piece of the ball. It goes the other way now. So Virginia takes the ball past the timeline. So yeah, Ryan asking me if I never ever need a drink during my streams. I actually have a Poland Spring water right next to me, made from Maine, of course. And yeah, from time to time, I usually take a break. But yeah, this is pretty important, like back and forth basketball right here. So I can't really take a break now because I got to go back at it here. But commercial break, most likely. This is a lot of defense and another missed shot from the left corner here, rebounded by Virginia. So we have a low in the game, so I'll take that drink. So Virginia is up 34-31. They take the ball past the timeline here with Keehee Clark. Now he puts that ball into the hands of Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy at the left wing perimeter passes that ball to Clark. Clark at the key passes that ball off, and Diakite missed the 3-point shot, rebounded by Auburn. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. Auburn with the ball. They've scored no points in the last 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Virginia has the 3-point lead. It's 34-31. We have 15 and a half left to go. They just updated the score. Deep 3 from the outside. No good from the right wing of the perimeter. And Auburn tried to save it. They put the ball into the hands of Virginia. So Virginia now with the ball as Lonnie Harris wants Virginia to win. Virginia is currently up by 3. 15-10 left to go. Diakite has it top of the key, puts it into the hands of Ty Jerome. Jerome at the top of the key here with 15:05 left to go. Tries to pass it inside to Diakite. It's deflected and stolen by Auburn. 14:55 left to go. Auburn with the ball. They are down by 3. They have it left wing in that 3-point perimeter to Jared Harper. Harper dribbling back towards that front court. Harper, spin move, and makes his move inside. Tries to go in the lane. Floats up a shot behind his back right there. He tried to spin move in that one, but he missed it. Too strong off the backboard. That would be incredible if he hit that shot. Virginia trying to go the distance. No good, but we have a foul call with 14:28 left to go. So I'm going to update you guys here with the score. It looks like we do have a little bit of a stoppage in time with a TV timeout here on the court. Virginia 34, Auburn 31. Auburn's been held scoreless in this second half to begin with. 14:28 left to go. TV timeout on the court, and Virginia starting out the second half with a 6-0 run. So illegal alien Auburn gonna take this one. I'm out gonna watch on TV. Hey, no problem, man. Thank you so much for joining my stream. I appreciate it. Ryan Clark supporting his state with a Poland Spring water. Hey, definitely. That's my go-to here. I do my local grocery shopping at the Hannaford's down the street. So yeah, Hannaford's basically made in Maine as well. Poland Springs from Maine. So yeah, I get both of those products. Kobe Sigmund, hey man, I'll see you later. Keep your streaming going, man. You're doing awesome. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me. And Ryan Clark is all we drink in Maine. Yeah. I can see. That's basically it. Like Massachusetts and Maine, like hand in hand, both of the states go together. Like I have a Hannaford's right down the road from me, which is awesome. Hannaford's and Shaw's are basically like the two grocery store competitors. But here we are with 34-31 the score. We have 14:28 left to go when we do get back to action off this commercial break. Virginia on a 6-0 run to start off the second half. So the Cavaliers shooting the ball from the field at 46%. Auburn, that shooting percentage has dropped a ton, shooting at only 34% from the field. And they were a +6 on the boards at halftime. That has gone to now only a +3 on the board. So Auburn only out-rebounding Virginia at the moment, 24-21. So Ryan Clark saying there's a Hannaford in Biddleford and the Shaws and Saco with Hannaford as well. Yeah. I have one of those state of Maine tourism maps, and on one of those maps that I have, it has all the Hannaford locations on the map. Like it labels out like each and every Hannaford location. It's basically like pointing out the Dunkin' in Massachusetts. That's what Mass has. They have like Dunkin' Donuts like everywhere. There's a ton of Hannafords all over Maine. Same as LL Bean. LL Bean is basically the other big thing in Maine that only New Englanders can understand that, because all the local news outlets, they get all their jackets from LL Bean. But here we are, 14:28 left to go. Virginia with a 3-point lead, 34-31. And they'll shoot here at the free throw line with Kihei Clark. On the season, Kihei Clark shooting the ball at 82% from the free throw line. Going to update you guys here with a score in the chat. Virginia has the 3-point lead. Here they are with Clark at the free throw line. First shot by Clark. Knocks it down. Virginia with a 4-point lead, 35-31. So Elite Nick YT from Charlottesville in the chat, right where the University of Virginia is. That is awesome. So second shot goes down at the free throw line for the Cavaliers. We have 14:20 left to go in this one. 5-point lead for Virginia. No points in the second half so far by Auburn. Auburn takes the right wing three from outside. They knock it down with Jared Harper. So remember this number, guys. 36-34. Jared Harper made a 3-point shot. This is when things started to get interesting against Kentucky. Was when Jared Harper made a couple big 3-point shots, and he'll do so. He did during that game, under 14 left to go. We'll see if Jared Harper can continue that or not. Virginia being one of the best 3-point defending teams in the nation. Virginia tried to go inside, knocked away by Auburn underneath the basket, and they bag it home off the fast break right there. Keeping this game close. Austin Wiley, and we're tied up at 36. This has been a great game between both of these teams. We have under 13.5 left to go in this one. Virginia no good on the shot. Too strong off the backboard. Offensive rebound. DeAndre Hunter puts it up and in right there into the net. So Virginia takes back the lead 38-36. Just updated the score here for you guys in the chat. Auburn with the ball. Right wing, three-point perimeter with Jared Harper. Dribbling towards the top of the key. Puts that ball into the hands of Samir Dowdy. Takes a deep three. No good. Battle for the rebound. Gets tipped out of bounds. And the ball will go back to Virginia with 12:58 left to go. So the last play for Virginia was the big rebound underneath the basket on the offensive end by DeAndre Hunter, and he banked home the shot. So Virginia now with a 2-point lead, 38-36. They get the ball in here on the inbound. As that ball goes into the hands of Kihei Clark. Clark dribbles towards the edge of that Final Four logo, dribbles towards the top of the key, passes that ball inside now. This is the Ty Jerome, passes left wing perimeter here to Kihei Clark. Clark dribbling left side baseline, dishes that one back into the key, and reverse layup goes down for DeAndre Hunter. Virginia with a 4-point lead. 40-36 right now. We have under 12.5 left to go, 12:25 remaining, and looks like there was a foul on the play. So I'm going to update you guys here with the score. Auburn trying to attack inside. Spin move on the last play. Samir Dowdy tried to take it into the lane. Or Samir Dowdy's number 10. It was number 12, Javon McCormick, who tried to take it into the lane for Auburn. That's where he was fouled. He'll go to the line here to shoot 2. So here we are. With the first shot at the free throw line. Goes down for the Tigers. 3-point game at the moment. Virginia 40. Auburn 37. We have 12:27 left to go. Javon McCormick will go back to the free throw line to shoot his second one. He's a 60% shooter in the regular season, 53% now total. Second shot goes down at the free throw line right there by Javon McCormick. 2-point game, 12:27 left to go. Virginia with an inbound up by 2. 17 points off the bench by Auburn today, only 2 by Virginia. Virginia with the ball, they take it past the timeline with Kihei Clark. Clark passes left wing, 3-point perimeter to DeAndre Hunter. He passes that ball back to the top of the key here to Clark. He passes it to the right wing, trying to go inside. Kyle Guy floats up the shot, banks it home for Virginia's Kyle Guy. 42-38 with 12 minutes left to go. Auburn now with the ball down by 4. They have it at the top of the key with McCormick. McCormick puts that ball into the hands of Samir Dowdy. Dowdy passes off to Jared Harper, dribbling right wing perimeter, puts it into the hands of McCormick. McCormick floats up the shot, banks it home. Right there, big shot falls down. As this is a 2-point game, 42-40. We have 11:35 left to go. Virginia takes that ball past the timeline here. As that is Kihei Clark dribbling left wing perimeter, puts that ball into the hands of DeAndre Hunter. Hunter, top of the key, passes to the key to Kyle Guy. Step back jumper, up and in right there at the free throw circle. The J goes down by Kyle Guy. 44-40. Auburn with the ball down by 4, 11:10 left to go. Kyle Guy with 9 points by Virginia. Auburn at the edge of the Final Four logo. Dribbling the ball, this is Javon McCormick. McCormick with 11 minutes remaining, dribbles towards the top of the key. He passes the ball right corner perimeter to D'Angelo Purifoy, trying to dribble inside, and looked like it might have been blocked from behind. Virginia gets the ball. 10:50 left to go. Virginia has it. They take it past that half-court line with Kihei Clark. Clark passes left wing perimeter to DeAndre Hunter, back to Clark. And now they're passing outside. They're moving inside with Diakite. Diakite in the key, and it looks like a foul in the lane committed by Auburn by D'Angelo Purifoy on the play. So I'm going to update you guys here with a score. TV timeout here. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. We'll be back to action with 10:39 left to go. Virginia with a 4-point lead. So 44-40 at this stage right now. Virginia with that 4-point lead. If you haven't done so already, make sure to bang those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well. Yes, I agree with you, Ryan Clark. This is a really good game with both of these teams. Right now, Auburn has been there every single step of the way. Going to update you guys here with what's going on with both of these shooting percentages at the moment. Virginia shooting the ball at 50% even from the floor. Auburn shooting at 36% from the floor at the moment. The rebounding edge tied up at 24 between both of these teams right now. Not a whole lot of turnovers at all in this one. Virginia only 6 turnovers. Auburn with 5. And not a whole lot of fouls either. Virginia is 3 for 7 shooting at the free throw line. That's only good for 43% right now. Auburn is a perfect 6 for 6 at the free throw line. So a total difference there in free throw shooting right now as we look to the leading players for both of these teams. Leading the way for Virginia is Ty Jerome, 13 points right now by Jerome for the Cavaliers. He also has 8 rebounds. 12 points by DeAndre Hunter, second on the team in scoring, and Kyle Guy with 9 points. For Auburn, the leading scorers look like this. Seems like it's off the bench, actually. Samir Dowdy with 9 points for Auburn leading the way, and then tied for second is Anthony McLemore and Jared Harper, both of those players with 7 right now. So I'm going to look at the bench points since we're on commercial break for Auburn. Auburn, at the moment, has 19 points off the bench. So 19 points off the bench for Auburn, only 2 by Virginia. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe as well. Looks like Hearn Kelly is back into the chat. Thank you so much for joining me back here. Do you have your dinner at Chick-fil-A by that chance? But here we are, commercial break, going to be back to action here momentarily. Oh, wow. So you had to turn away from Chick-fil-A. I can only imagine. That it's packed. But let's see. Graydon asking me, how many blocks does Diakite have right now? He has 4 blocks in this one. Yeah, so Virginia as a team has 7 blocks at the moment. 4 of those blocks have been by Mamadi Diakite. So yeah, Virginia just owning in the block category. 7 blocks, 0 blocks by Auburn. Not a whole lot of turnovers in this game. Oh, wow. So this one just went final. The Brooklyn Nets beat the Milwaukee Bucks 133-28. So the Brooklyn Nets, that is a huge win for Brooklyn. So they go to 40-40 even on a season. And they are tied with the Orlando Magic now with that 6th seed. So here we are getting ready to go back to action. Here is Virginia. Gets the inbound. So they have it at the top of the key here for the Cavaliers. Diakite's been clean. 0 fouls so far in 4 blocks. Jack Salt's in the game, however, and that ball was tipped up into the air, and it was tipped out of bounds. Looks like Virginia just turned over the ball. So Jack Salt tried to take the right elbow shot. It was tipped up in the air, denied by Auburn, and then Salt tried to, I don't know what he was doing, and he just tipped that one towards the basket of the baseline. Nobody was there, and the ball went out of bounds. So 44-40, Virginia with a 4-point lead, 10-14 left to go. Auburn with the ball. Yeah, that is crazy. 4 blocks and no fouls right now by Mamadi Diakite of Virginia. Playing a very clean game as he's guarding right here, and Auburn shoots the ball back outside. So Auburn with the ball at the top of the key, and now they try to make their way inside McCormick. They pass it outside, left corner 3. They sink it down in a 1-point game. Huge 3-point shot from the left corner by the Tigers. This game is getting good, everybody. 44-43. We have 9:40 left to go. Virginia takes it past the timeline as they have it at the top of the key here with Ty Jerome. Jerome passes right corner 3 from the outside. Knocks it down by Kihei Clark. So 3-pointers are trading off right now. Auburn hit 1. Virginia comes back with 1. 47-43. We have 9:15 remaining. Auburn with the ball. They take a top of the key 3. No, off the mark. Rebounded by Diakite. So Virginia is up by 4. Huge rebound by Mamadi. As the ball goes into the hands now of Ty Jerome. Takes a pass the timeline here for the Cavaliers. 9 minutes left to go. Passes left wing perimeter here with Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy at the left wing. Passes right wing with Jerome. Jerome takes the 3. And a rainbow of the 3-point shot from the outside. And he knocks that one down. Ty Jerome getting things going from the outside. I believe that is the largest lead of the game so far. Virginia 50. Auburn 43. We have 8:30 left to go. Auburn slowing down tempo here with the ball. Top of the key three by Auburn, no good. Rebounded by Jack Salt. Right now, Auburn's missing the shots here from the floor. Oh, that one was almost stolen by Auburn, but Virginia gets it back. So, Virginia just slowing down tempo. We have 8:05 left to go. 50-43 right now. And Virginia has a right wing perimeter with Ty Jerome. 6 on the shot clock here. Jerome passes right elbow to Momedy. Momedy, nice backdoor pass right there to Kihei Clark, but they got swatted behind and out of bounds. So let's see here. I'm going to bring up Kihei Clark's stats for this season. Let's see here. Let's go into the Virginia team stats. I'll see what I got for you guys. So for Kihei Clark, we're on a commercial break here. Let's see, as I'm going to bring up Kihei's full team statistics since we're going to go into, and I'll see that stat that we get. So from the outside, Kihei on the season is shooting the ball from three-point range at 32.5% is Kihei Clark's three-point range shooting this season. So 32.5% it says for Kihei Clark. And he's got 9 points so far today. He did hit a three-pointer in the last possession from the outside from the corner. So right now it's a 7-point lead at the moment. Yeah, that stroke that he put the ball off was really clean right there. 50-43 right now with 7:52 remaining when we do get back to action here after this commercial break. Virginia, what they're going to do, they want to control this tempo right here. Virginia's going to want to slow down the tempo, whereas Auburn is going to have to, now they're down by 7. They need to make shots, and they're going to look to speed up the tempo. So two polar opposites basically playing each other. Let's see these leading scorers right now. Only one player with double-digit points for Auburn at the moment. That is Samir Dowdy, who's off the bench with 12 points here. Auburn shooting the ball 5 for 24 from three-point range. So that's only good for 21% against one of the best three-point defending teams in the nation, the Virginia Cavaliers. They did a great job facing Virginia Tech this season in preventing them from shooting the three ball. Virginia Tech was a top 10 three-point shooting team this year. So Graydon saying, does anyone else want to see Charles's reaction if Auburn loses? LOL. Classic. I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the post-game show if they do show Charles Barkley and his reaction. Like, I'm curious to know if he's going to take down all his Auburn stuff like right after the post-game show. Like, if he's just going to keep that, like, if he's just going to leave that there and right there in his, on the TV stand where the rest of the people, if he's just going to take that down off the TV set, like all that Auburn stuff he has. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But Virginia shooting the same, yeah, they've connected on 5. Both of the teams have connected on 5 3-point shots, but it's a difference between the numbers here. 5 for 24 from the outside for Auburn, 5 for 14 by Virginia. So that is the 3-point shooting right now in this one. So we're going to get back to action here momentarily. 50-43, and when we do get back to action, there will be 7:52 left to go and 1 second on the shot clock. So 1 second on the shot clock for Virginia here as they get the inbound. As here we are, guys, getting ready to go back to action. They need something, and that's just a shot clock violation. They try to put that ball at the right wing of the perimeter as they pass that ball off. Went off the fingertips of Kyle Guy. So since they have 1 second on the shot clock and it expired, the ball will go back to Auburn here off the shot clock violation. So here we are, 7-point game. Auburn with the ball down by 7. They pass it left wing perimeter, and now they pass it inside. They try to go for the layup, but Purifoy was stripped in the lane, but a foul committed by Virginia. So it looks like Purifoy should shoot some shots here at the free throw line. So 50-43 right now, as D'Angelo Purifoy, number 3 of Auburn, will shoot 2 at the free throw line. First shot. No good. That was a miss. So not a good miss right there from the floor at Auburn at the free throw line. They really need to start making as most of their shots as possible. Yeah, Auburn's shooting 6 for 7 right now from the free throw line. They'll have a second opportunity here. 50-43 is the score. Second shot by D'Angelo Purifoy at the free throw line. Knocks that one down. 50-44. Virginia will get the inbound here. Ball passed by Ty Jerome, and he passes that one off to DeAndre Hunter. Goes back into the hands of Jerome. Under 7:40 remaining in this one. Jerome takes it past the timeline. Dribbles towards the edge of the Final Four logo. Passes right wing perimeter here to Clark. And that's a catch and shoot from the outside. No good by Kyle Guy. And it's a rebound on the defensive end by Auburn. Auburn takes it past the timeline here. Top of the key pull-up jumper. Harper knocks it down right there. That was a huge three-point shot from the outside by number 1. 50-47. And just like that, in a flash, Auburn is only down by 3. 7 minutes left to go. Virginia with the ball. They have it top of the key here. They're going to want to slow down this tempo throughout this entire rest of this game. They put that ball into the hands of Kihei Clark. This is going to be a close one, hopefully, guys. 6:50 left remaining. 4 on the shot clock here. Jerome floats up the shot at the free throw circle. Oh, it went dead. That ball just dropped dead on the back, right there on the back part of the iron, but it went into the net. So it's 2 points for Virginia on the board. 52-47. What a shot right there. What luck. Usually those go off the top of the iron. For the ball to just drop dead right there off the top of the iron, that was really interesting. Shot from the floor. It's an air ball by Auburn. They tried to save it before it went on the bounce, but it looks like D'Angelo Purifoy just stepped on the baseline, so I believe Auburn just turned over the ball. So Virginia should get the ball back here on the inbound. The timeout called on the court as well. Going to update you guys here with the score. This is a good one right now. 5-point game, 52-47. Virginia with a lead with 6:16 left to go. Currently entering a commercial break here. As we look at some of these stats, crazy stat here, guys. 7 blocks by Virginia today. 7 blocks in this game by the Cavaliers. And Diakite has played a clean game. He only has 2 points to show for Mamadi, but he has 4 blocks right now and 6 rebounds. Leading the way in rebounds and points as well as Ty Jerome for Virginia. He has 18 points tonight and 8 rebounds. Also 4 assists as well. Leading all 3 categories. Points, rebounds, assists for Ty Jerome. 4 assists. 3 assists by Kihei Clark. He has 9 points. And for Auburn, the leading scorer looks like this. 12 points by Samir Dowdy off the bench. And then 10 points by Jared Harper. So Renee Arias in the chat. I'm too stressed right now. Come on, Auburn. So Renee wants Auburn to win. So she's with Charles Barkley on this one. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action. And I'll be doing Michigan State against Texas Tech in the next one. If Auburn wins this game, this will be the first time that Auburn has ever went to the national title game. And there's never been a number 5 seed that's ever won the national title. So if Auburn does come from behind and beat Virginia in this game, they'll have a chance to play for the national title game on Monday. And then they have a chance to be the first ever number 5 seed to pull off the W in the NCAA tournament. Yeah, this is their first Final Four as well, same as Texas Tech. So both of those teams, Auburn and Texas Tech, in their first ever Final Four. This is Virginia's first ever Final Four, I believe, since 1984. So yeah, that was their second Elite 8 for Auburn. Really interesting with with all these teams coming strong as of late. Like all these power conference teams. Maybe we'll see like, maybe someday we'll see like a Penn State back in here, like a Wake Forest or something like that. As Renee says, I know our first appearance here, so we got to prove we can do this. So Renee, an Auburn fan, trying to prove to the world here and trying to make Charles Barkley proud. And if Auburn wants to prove to the world that they can win this game, they have to rely on these two players, Bryce Brown and Jared Harper. Right now, Bryce Brown is underachieved in this one. Only 3 points by Bryce. Jared Harper right now second on the team in scoring at the moment with 10 points. So both of those players, Bryce Brown and Jared Harper, combined for 50 out of the 77 points in the Elite Eight win against Kentucky. But here we are, back to action. Virginia will get the inbound with 6:16 left to go. Ty Jerome will pass it here for the Cavaliers. The score is 52-47. Virginia is up. Jerome inbounds it, puts that ball into the hands of Diakite, who passes it back to Ty Jerome. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play the basketball action. Virginia with the ball. They have it at the left wing of that three-point perimeter with Ty Jerome. He passes it to DeAndre Hunter, trying to take it inside. Hunter finishes to the bucket and banks it home off the glass for Virginia. Up by 7 once again, 54-47. The Cavaliers with a 7-point lead. We have 5:45 left to go. Auburn now, the pass inside, and it's deflected and going the other way. Virginia gets the ball off the deflection. So we have 5:35 left to go. Virginia takes a pass the timeline here. This is Kihei Clark, who puts that ball into the hands of Ty Jerome. Jerome has it at the edge of the Final Four logo. Dribbles now, passes right side of the perimeter to Kyle Guy, and back to Jerome. Jerome, three-point shot, knocks it down as it rolls and rings around into the net. And Auburn's chances at their first ever national title game are sadly fading for all the Auburn fans right now. Virginia with 2 huge buckets with a 10-point lead, their largest lead of the game right now. That was a huge three-point shot from the outside by Ty Jerome, having a huge game. Going to take a commercial break. 5:14 left to go in this one. Can Auburn make the comeback when we do get back from commercial break? As that is what we'll see. But what a huge game here by Ty Jerome for Virginia. Currently on the commercial break, 21 points by Ty Jerome. DeAndre Hunter second on the team in scoring with 14. So Midwest Sports 3 back in the chat. What is up, man? He did a stream of the game like a little while ago. So if you know Midwest Sports, feel free to check him out as well on his channel, Midwest Sports 3 on YouTube. Yeah, Auburn right now is not looking good for the Tigers at the moment, as Virginia's got the last 5 points in this one ever since the last time out. That was a huge three-point shot from the right wing of the perimeter outside by Ty Jerome. It got the courtesy of the rim. It got the rattle around it, as that one just like rolled around the ring of the rim, and here we are back to action. Auburn down by 10, 5:10 left to go. They pass it, and they're trying to dribble baseline inside with Anthony McLemore. They're underneath the basket. They put it back outside. Top of the key here. Now they're trying to work their way. Floater in the lane. They got fouled, and Auburn will shoot 2 at the free throw line here. Foul committed by Ty Jerome. So Virginia should shoot 2 here at the free throw line. 57-47 the score. Samir Dowdy tried to float up the shot in the key for Auburn, but it was no good. We have 5:03 left to go. First shot, no good. That is going to hurt for Auburn. That is a missed free throw at the charity stripe by Samir Dowdy. Hit the front part of the rim right there. Hit the rim short. So still, it's a 10-point game. Virginia 57, Auburn 47. The number 1 scoring team in the tournament, he hits the second one. The number 1 scoring team in the tournament has been held to 48 points in this game. They were averaging around, I think, 82, 83 points per game coming into this contest. 9-point lead by Virginia. They have the ball. They have it at the top of the key with Kihei Clark. Puts it into the hands now of Ty Jerome. Jerome trying to kill down clock here. Jerome dribbling left side baseline for Virginia. Virginia now trying to back their way inside the key with Ty Jerome. Spin move. Inside the lane, no good. Hit the rim short, no foul on the play. Rebound by Auburn. 4.5 left to go. Auburn with the ball. We do have a foul again. Reaching committed by Ty Jerome of Virginia, and the leading scorer for the Cavaliers in trouble. That's his fourth foul he's committed in this game. He has 21 points right now, but he's in quite a bit of foul trouble. So the leading scorer for the Virginia Cavaliers checked out of the game. He's on the bench right now. Just picked up his fourth foul. So if you're just joining us, Virginia with a 9-point lead. 57-48. Auburn gets the ball, though. They take it past the timeline here. We're back to action. McLemore puts that ball now into the hands. That's a top of the key jumper. Knocks it down for Auburn. They have a chance. That's a 3-point shot that went down for Auburn. Back to a 6-point game. 57-51. We have 4:10 left remaining. Virginia with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Kihei Clark puts it into the hands of Diakite, back into the hands of DeAndre Hunter. Hunter at the top of the key here. We have 4 minutes even left to go. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. 3:55 remaining. Virginia dribbling right wing of that 3-point perimeter. Clark trying to take a baseline inside, pushes it back outside, bobbles the ball. Desperation jumper at the horn right there before the shot clock expired, and Auburn rebounds the ball, and a foul committed on the rebound by Virginia. So Midwest Sports 3 doing also Michigan State versus Texas Tech. So if you like college basketball, check them out as well. Going into a timeout. Auburn, yes, they are, Ryan Clark. Charles Barkley is still alive. Auburn is still alive as well. What a game we have with both of these teams. Virginia 57, Auburn 51. We are heading into another commercial break right now. TV timeout on the floor. 6-point game. And Auburn will get the ball here back on the inbound when we do get back to action. And also to note, the leading scorer for Virginia is on the bench. He's in foul trouble with 4 fouls. That is Ty Jerome. He has 21 points. He's also the leading assist man with 5 assists. And the leading rebounder as well for this game for Virginia with 8 rebounds. Yeah, sure, definitely. I'll stop by when I have the chance. Midwest Sports 3. So yeah, I'll check out your stream as well. I'm also doing Michigan State against Texas Tech. So feel free to check me out here with my next stream. Should be a good one. One of the top defenses in college basketball, the head coach of the year, Chris Beard of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, going at it against just an incredible progressing Michigan State team with that veteran leadership led by Cassius Winston. Should be a good game. One of the best passing teams in the nation with Michigan State. But right now on a TV timeout, Virginia with a 6-point lead, 57-51. If you're new to my channel, bang those like buttons, guys, down below. Subscribe as well. This is going to be a great fight to the finish. It's going to be a really good fight to the finish here. So let's see what a couple of things were that stood out in the statistic part of this game. One of the things here for Virginia is the blocks. 8 blocks by the Cavaliers. That is crazy. 8 blocks by a team in this game by Virginia today. 4 of those blocks, so half of the blocks have been by this guy, Mamadi Diakite, for Virginia. He only has 2 points right now, but he's accountable for 4 blocks and 6 rebounds for his team. And to note, the leading scorer for Virginia is on the bench. That is Ty Jerome with 21 points. And he has 4 fouls committed at this point. So he was just subbed out of the game because he got into a bunch of foul trouble. Picked up basically 2 fouls in like 45 seconds apart from each other. But here we are, guys, getting ready to get back to action here momentarily. Virginia against Auburn, and I believe that Auburn should be getting the ball back on the inbound here because the last play was a rebounding foul committed by Virginia. So we look to the team fouls. Ty Jerome's the only player in real foul trouble right now for Virginia with 4 personal fouls, and then for Auburn, nobody has 3 fouls committed. There's 2 players with 2 fouls, Anthony McLemore and Malik Dunbar. Also 2 fouls committed by Jack Salt of Virginia. Both of those fouls were committed early. Here we go, guys. Make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. So here we are, back to action. Auburn will get the inbounds. We'll see if they can drain a 3 and cut this Virginia lead to 3. We'll see. They're down by 6 right now. They have it at the right corner of the three-point perimeter. 57-51. They take a deep two. No good. Offensive rebound, though, by Auburn. They get it back. They pass it. Another right corner three. Oh, they sink that from the outside by Bryce Brown. 3-point game. What a game here. Bryce Brown finally coming alive at the right time for Auburn. 57-54. 3:10 left to go. We got ourselves a good game to the end. Virginia now. Kihei Clark dribbling left side baseline underneath the basket. Oh, a block! A block by Auburn. Going the other way, the Tigers with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Under 3 left to play. Making a move inside. Oh, Diakite on the other end with a huge block, but it goes out of bounds. So Auburn will get the inbound with 2:55 left to go. Auburn tried to lay that one up and in, but Mamadi said no on that one for Virginia. 57-54 is the score. Auburn can tie it up with a 3-point shot. Here we are back to action. They have it at the top of the key, and they're passing it around that 3-point perimeter here. Auburn thought about taking a 3, though, working inside. They float up the shot, and they get the bucket right there, as that one's good for 2. 1-point game, 2:40 left to go. Hit those like buttons if you're new to my channel as well. Subscribe as well. What a game here. Auburn on a 9-0 scoring run in the last 2.5 minutes. Virginia with the ball. And, of course, the Cavaliers are going to want to slow down tempo into the hands of Ty Jerome. He has 4 fouls. He's the leading scorer with 21 points. DeAndre Hunter feeds it inside of Mamadi, and he's blocked from behind, but Diakite will shoot 2 at the free throw line. So Mamadi Diakite going to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots here for Virginia. What a game between both of these teams. If you're just joining us, the score is Virginia 57, Auburn 56. And we have 2:17 remaining. And here's Mamadi, a 71% free throw shooter at the free throw line. So here's Mamadi. First shot at the free throw line. No good. Not a good free throw shot there. And Virginia's been struggling today at the free throw line. I believe they are 3 for 8 today at the charity stripe. Auburn is 8 for 10 shooting at the free throw line. Second shot by Mamadi at the free throw line with 2:17 left to go. No good. Missed that one as well. Rebounded by Auburn. They have a chance to take the lead on this possession if they score. 2:10 left remaining. They're on a 9-0 run. Charles Barkley and the Tigers are indeed alive. They have it at the right wing of the 3-point perimeter of Purifoy. They put it into the hands of Jared Harper. Hit those like buttons if you haven't done so already. Subscribe, catch and shoot. Oh, goes down from the outside by Purifoy. Auburn has the lead, 59-57. They are hitting 3-point shots right now. 1:40 left to go. What a game between both of these teams. Virginia with the ball, they have it. Right wing with Kihei Clark. Clark puts it into the hands of Ty Jerome. Jerome passes top of the key here with Mamadi. Back to the hands of Jerome. Takes a deep 3. No good. Offensive rebound for a second, but Auburn gets the rebound as they tip that one off the boards. So Virginia had the offensive rebound for a second, but Auburn got it back on the defensive end. Auburn with the ball now. They take it past the timeline. The Tigers up by 2. They are on a huge run right now. 59-57 with 1:05 left to go. They have it. Deep 3 from the outside. No good. As that was a bad shot selection by Bryce Brown right there. Rebounded by Virginia. We got under a minute remaining. Virginia with the ball down by 2. 53 seconds left to go. Can they end this 12-0 scoring run in the last 4 minutes, 15 seconds? Winner of this one to the national title game. Who will do it? 40 seconds left to go. Ty Jerome with it. Dribbles back towards the top of the key. 38 seconds. Passes to Kihei Clark. Back to Ty Jerome. 4 seconds on the shot clock. 34 seconds left to go. Jerome. Jumper. No good. Hit the rim short. Rebounded by Auburn with 27 seconds left. Auburn with the ball. Virginia's not foulling. You got to foul. You got to foul. No foul yet. 22 seconds they do. They foul with 20.9. Oh, my goodness. The number 5 Cinderella is 20.9 seconds away from pulling out this one. The last 5 minutes in this game, they have gone on a 12-0 scoring run. This is insane. Making Charles Barkley proud. 20.9 seconds left, and Auburn just got fouled. This is crazy. Insane right now. Before you go, make sure to hit those like buttons down below. Subscribe if you're new to my channel as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Wow. I am speechless right now that how this game has completely gone. In a 12-0 run by Auburn. This is insane. And if there was ever a possession arrow tie-up, if there was ever a tie-up on the court, possession arrow at the moment would go to the Auburn Tigers. They have a 2-point lead, 59-57. They're currently on a 12-0 run. This is crazy. 20.9 seconds left to go. Auburn will get the inbound pass. So Auburn is on a 12-0 run. Make sure to hit those like buttons if you haven't done so already. Subscribe as well. I'll be calling play-by-play to the next game after this. Michigan State going at it against Texas Tech. Auburn is going to have to inbound the ball here, looking for somebody who's open. They lob it over the top. They do get it off into the hands of Dowdy, and there's a foul committed with 19.3 seconds left to go. Let me know down in the chat as well who you like in this one, if you're an Auburn fan or a Virginia fan right now. So Samir Dowdy of Auburn was fouled on the play. We have 19.3 seconds left. As we got YT Shug in the chat. He says Virginia all the way. Auburn with an inbound. They get fouled from behind with 18.5 seconds left to go. So that is the 6th team foul by Virginia right now. So they only need one more to put Auburn at the free throw line. Auburn has been shooting the ball really well at the free throw line today. 8 for 10. 59-57 is the score. Auburn will have a chance to inbound it here again. Let's see if Virginia can steal this one. 18.5 left to go. Auburn to inbound. They put that ball now into the hands. Virginia tried to double team trap it, but they couldn't get it. Foul committed with 17.6 seconds left. So Auburn will be shooting in the bonus here at the free throw line. Auburn shooting in the 1-and-1. They have a 2-point lead. This is Anthony McLemore, who is a 60% free throw shooter. Will be shooting shots here at the free throw line. 17.6 seconds. Make sure to bang those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well. First one goes down by McLemore, the 60% free throw shooter, and it goes down. 60-57. So he'll have a second one here at the free throw line. That one goes down as well. 4-point game, 61-57. Virginia needs to score here to keep their hopes alive. They inbound it. They take it past the timeline. Too much dribbling here. 11 seconds left to go. Ty Jerome passes. Right corner three. Oh, they hit it from the outside by Kyle Guy. 6.5 seconds left. 61-60. And Auburn takes a timeout, their final timeout, charged by them. I think the refs are going to look at this. Let's see if there was a foot on the line by Kyle Guy off the three-point shot. We're going to see, but right now, that bucket stands at 61-60 with 6.5 seconds left to go. There was a foul committed by Virginia, so that's why Auburn is at the free throw line again for the 1-and-1. So that is the score, guys. 61-60. Auburn shooting shots at the free throw line after this timeout. This is an insane game. For the chance to be at the national title game for one of these teams on the line, the number 5 Cinderella or the team trying to redeem itself after losing to UMBC last year. Tony Bennett squad, a lot on the line right now. Can they get to the national title game and prove the whole nation a year later that they can do it? That's YT shrugging here. Sad to say, but if we can't score within the time they shoot these, it's over. Yeah, man. We have 7.4 seconds left, so there's a glimmer of hope here that they did add some more seconds onto the clock. If you're new to my channel as well, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe. Also, as I call play-by-play of basketball action, I'll be back doing Texas Tech against Michigan State in the next game. And Jared Harper will be shooting shots here at the free throw line for Auburn. So Jared Harper on the season is around an 82% free throw shooter. So he's in the 1-and-1 in the bonus. First shot knocks it down. 62-60. Remember what happened against Purdue, though. Hey, thank you so much, Taylor. I appreciate that. Remember last week, though, against Purdue. Seconds remaining, and they banked home the right baseline jumper right at the buzzer to force overtime. Second shot, no good. 62-60. Rebounded by Virginia. Foul committed on the play by Auburn with 5.4 seconds left. Ty Jerome was trying to dribble that ball in there, and there was a foul committed on the play. So that was a miss at the free throw line on the last attempt by Jared Harper, and a foul committed. So Virginia to inbound it with 5.4 seconds left. They are down by 2, 62-60. Here we are, 4. Oh, Jerome almost, he lost the handle for a second. Floats up the shot with 1.5, and a foul committed on the play with 1.5. I don't know why Auburn fouled there. They had the game. Ty Jerome couldn't. Yeah, he tried to dribble the ball behind him, lost the handle with 2 on the game clock left to go. 2 seconds left, just floated up a random shot. But timeout called by Tony Bennett. Make sure to hit those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well. Can Virginia have another miracle in them at what happened in the last game against Purdue? We have 1.5 seconds left when we do get back to action. 62-60. Virginia will get the ball when we do get back to action. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. We'll see what's going to happen here. If they put the ball into the hands of the leading scorer for today's game, 21 points by Ty Jerome today, 9 rebounds and 6 assists, leading in all 3 categories here for the Cavaliers in this one. Ty Jerome is. So Virginia will get the ball here after all these commercials are finished when we do get back to action. When we do get back to action, we'll have 1.5 seconds left to go. Do they try for the 3 or do they try for the 2? We're going to have to see. It's going to be interesting what Tony Bennett chalks up here. Let me know down in the chat who you like as well, Auburn or Virginia. 1.5 seconds left for a chance at the national title game, or do we go extra minutes? Do they go inside, try to dribble in there, and lay it up and in? We're going to see. They're going to have to pass it inside to start out first, so that's going to be the thing. 1.5 seconds left to go. Jerome will not be the shooter. He's going to be the inbound passer here. So Ty Jerome looking for somebody. Pass it. Left corner 3. Kyle Guy. Oh! In it go. Kyle Guy got fouled. He got fouled from behind the arc when he put up 3 shots. And Kyle Guy will go to the free throw line. Bruce Pearl right now is having a livid fit on the sideline. Auburn with a terrible foul. And Kyle Guy shot the ball from the left corner. Catch and shoot off the left corner. And a terrible foul committed by Auburn. And number 5 for Virginia. We'll get 3 free throws here. This is insane for a chance at the national title game. So Kyle Guy will shoot 3 free throws. Terrible foul from the left corner behind that 3-point arc. So that is the situation right here. Just updated the chat. 62 Auburn, 60 Virginia. No time left on the clock, or barely any time left, with like 0.5 seconds or so. Kyle Guy, number 5 for Virginia. Should be shooting 3 free throws here at the free throw line. This is crazy. So Virginia will go to the free throw line. with 0.6 seconds left. So they put 0.6 seconds left back on the clock. Here's Kyle Guy, an 82% free throw shooter. Make sure to hit those like buttons, guys. Subscribe to my channel as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action. We have 0.6 seconds left to go. Kyle Guy for Virginia will get 3 free throws. Just made the first one. 62-61. He made the first free throw. He has 2 more that he has to take. Kyle Guy's second shot. Hits it. Tied up at 62 for a chance for the national title game. Unless a desperation heave goes good for Auburn. Can he hit this one home and make it 63 Virginia? What a finish between both of these teams. Before you go, hit those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action. One more free throw coming after commercial break. This is insane. What a way to start off the Final Four. Insane game with both of these teams. So Virginia will have their last free throw coming up with 0.6 seconds left. And then Auburn, whatever happens here, it's either, we're going to have to see, 62 even. If Virginia gets this free throw with Kyle Guy, if he makes all 3, he's already made 2 of them. If he makes his third at the line, Virginia would have the 63-62 lead, and then Auburn, it would just be a desperation heave at the horn to see if they can move on and hit it home. This is crazy. So right now, guys, getting ready to go back for the last free throw by Kyle Guy. He was followed from behind the 3-point arc with 0.6 seconds remaining, and here he is at the free throw line. He hit his first 2, and they went to commercial break. Here we are back to commercial break, and I'll have a chance to see if Virginia can pull out in front and go to the national title game. Here we are, guys. Kyle Guy for his third free throw here at the free throw line, and he hits it. 63-62, 0.6 seconds remaining. Let's see what happens here. Auburn with a final desperation heave. Let's see what they can draw up. We're going to see what happens. We'll see. They pass it at the court. Oh, no good. No good by Auburn. It floated up short with 0.6 left at the buzzer, and this one's over. Virginia moving on to the national title game, 63-62. What a crazy game. Crazy, crazy. Auburn tried for the full court pass at the very end as they try to put up the shot, but no good on the desperation heave, as that one was way short. Went into a teammate's hands, but the buzzer already sounded. The shot was put up and no good. So that is it, guys. 63 Virginia, 62 Auburn. Make sure before you go, hit those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action. This is crazy, though. Auburn had the win right in their hands. They followed from behind the 3-point arc. Kyle Guy of Virginia went to the free throw line with 0.6 seconds remaining, and he nailed all 3 free throws down, giving Virginia the victory. And now they're playing in the national title game. And Tony Bennett and his squad had something to prove for. That is for sure. Kyle Guy coming in clutch at the very end in this one. That was huge for the Cavaliers. So here's the updated box score here. Kyle Guy finished 15 points, second on the team in scoring, behind Ty Jerome, who finished with 21 points. And of course, catch me on my next game if you guys like college basketball to see who Virginia will be playing. Next stream, Michigan going at it against Texas Tech. So I'll be starting that one probably around like 8:50 or so, I'm guessing, for that stream. So I'll start that stream around like 8:50 or so, around there. I think it's going to be a little bit later, 8:45, 8:50 around. I'll start up that stream. But Graydon, yeah, Graydon was shaking, and I have no tie to this game. Imagine shooting free throws to tie or lose in front of 70,000 people in a football stadium. Wow. Kyle Guy just did it. It's crazy. Especially being a college kid like this. Like being a college kid like this, and you got that many people packed inside a football stadium, and he just nails down all 3 free throws to give his team the W. Coming in clutch right there by Kyle Guy. Yep, that was his first three free throws of the game right there by Kyle Guy. He hit them all. So that was basically what that game came down to. Foul from the left corner, the 3-point perimeter outside with 0.6 seconds remaining. And then Kyle Guy coming in clutch, putting Virginia to their first ever national championship game in school history. What a game between both of these teams. Hearn Kelly asking me, where do I go to school? I actually graduated college back in 2017. I went to Curry College in Milton, Massachusetts. I was the class of 2017 over there at Curry, but I work full-time now doing production at a radio station. But that is it, guys. Yes, thank you so much, Russell. Congrats on the pick. I actually did pick Virginia over Auburn to win this one. But wow, what a game! What an insane game between both of these teams. And Hearn just got $40 for this one. That's great. So Hearn won the sports bet on that one. That is great. Catch me on my next stream, guys. Michigan State going up against Texas Tech. Whoever wins that game will take on Virginia in the national title game. I'll also be streaming Virginia for you guys on Monday night in the national championship. Their first ever national championship game, and they have a lot to see if they can prove the world to. Going from the number 1 team being eliminated last year, the first ever 1 seed, to lose against a 16 a year later. They're the only number 1 team left standing in the tournament, and here they are, guys, playing for a national title. But before you go, make sure to hit those like buttons down below. Subscribe if you're new as well. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Make sure to join me for my next stream starting around 8:45, 8:50 tonight, Michigan State against Texas Tech. Thank you so much, guys. Join me in for my next one.